What's going on, guys? I know it's been a really long time since I've recorded anything. I got caught up in life, as you all know. Stuff gets difficult. Changing a career really took a big impact in my life. Started off kind of difficult, started getting easier. Getting ready to go to school and stuff for it. It's pretty cool. I just wanted to inform you guys that I no longer have the purple truck. I sold it probably about 8 months ago, about 8-9 months ago, to somebody in a different state, and then I picked up this. So I am now an owner. It is a 2004 Chevy Silverado 1500 regular cab short bed. It is a four-wheel drive truck. It came factory with a 4.8, has 4L60 obviously, power interior. I mean, it's not really much to show for, just like any other truck, but it's push button full drive, power interior, all that good stuff. This is going to be my race truck build. I know I was going to turn the purple truck into a race truck and all that fun stuff, but that being an extended cab, there's a different weight advantage. It's heavier. It's harder to make go fast, yada yada. I decided that everybody's doing regular cab short beds. Not that I wanted to follow a trend or anything, but they're the lightest Silverado trucks around, and I want to do a truck. I don't want to do a car. I want a truck. So this is going to be my turbo build. I do have the turbo kit. I do have heads. I have a camshaft, all from Brian Tooley Racing. I have a 7876 on 3 turbocharger with a custom kit that me and my friend had actually built together. I did HD swap the front end, so it has an 06 grill and an 06 hood. I did not change the bumper though. I'm probably going to end up going with an SS bumper, but for right now, I figured that's good enough. The truck does need body work. It's going to get body work. It's going to get painted, all that fun stuff. It has a shaved tailgate right now. It's in kind of rough condition. It needs to be sanded down, this dent taken out, all that fun stuff. Got to get the roll pan welded in, all that fun stuff. But other than that, I have already started doing stuff to this truck. I lowered it, so currently has 3-inch drop shackles, and it has no blocks in the rear. Need new tires. The torsion keys are all the way down in the front. They are 1500 keys. I was told that if you put 2500 keys on it, it'll lower the front end more, so I'm going to give that a shot. If that is the case, then what I'm going to do with the rear is I'm going to add the blocks back in, but I'm going to flip the rear and put it on top of the leaf springs. That being said, I don't want it to be slammed, but I want it to be low enough that when I put a 28-inch tall tire on it, it doesn't look goofy. Because right now these tires are about 31 inches, give or take. So other than that, it is bone stock. The 4L60 is actually struggling very hardly. I'm having a 4L80 built by Logan Lewis over at Diesel Unlimited in Maryland. I've known him for a really long time, probably like 2 years now, and he does a lot of diesel stuff, but he does GM gas stuff as well. So I shot him a message and he said he would do it, so I took the 80 over there to him. He's getting it built. It should be done within the next week, and I'll get that all installed. I got the cross member, the plug and play harness for it. I just have to get it tuned afterwards. It's a work in progress. I don't really have a whole lot of time to work on it during the week because I'm so busy with work, but I'm gonna start cracking down on it here soon. Now that winter's coming around, I'll have more time to do stuff, so I'm gonna start getting everything torn down. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the intercooler in here. I'm gonna buy a universal one. I'm upgrading the trans cooler. I'm gonna get a 40K cooler. The turbo is going to sit like right about here the way I designed the kit, because I'm going to relocate this, and I'm actually going to get an aluminum one, and I'm going to get it mounted down in here. I just got to watch the lines and stuff, but I'll figure that out when the time comes. But it's going to, the turbo itself is going to sit right here, and then the piping and then the blow-off valve and wastegate are going to be in this area. And then that's about it. It's going to be stock manifolds. I'm just going to flip the passenger manifold over because that's how I designed the kit. As far as intake manifold goes, I am looking into doing like either a Holley EFI, or I was actually considering MSD from Tony Mamo, a ported MSD, because he does make them for the LS1, LS3 application, yada yada. So I might consider doing that. They're kind of pricey, but I mean, if you can get an extra 50 horsepower out of it, 50 horsepower is a lot when you're building something. So that being said, this is just bone stock 4.8. There's absolutely nothing done to it besides the lowering that I did, and I put these really ugly 20-inch wheels on it, but they'll be changed. I'm going with factory 17s with probably a Mickey Thompson ET Street radial on the stock wheels, just to kind of keep it like a factory look and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I picked this truck out of New Jersey. It was on a dealership lot. I actually found it on Craigslist. I didn't even know people still use Craigslist, but apparently they do. So I found this truck on Craigslist. It was listed I think for like $2,800, roughly around that. I got it for a pretty sweet deal. It had a lot of stuff wrong with it that I had fixed. Like, it had a cracked windshield, and it had a big dent in passenger door. I mean, passenger side's a little rough, but it's got a little dent there in the fender, dent here, needs rockers, all that good stuff. But it's all going to get fixed. The bed sides are going to get replaced. It's going to be quite a bit of money in body work, but I figured for the price I got the truck, you can't really beat it. I mean, even if I have three or $4 grand in body work, it's still going to be cheaper than what I could buy one of these clean. You know, people want ridiculous amounts of money for them, which I don't blame them. I mean, they're a very, very nice, rare occasion truck that's on a high demand, but I personally would not pay $10,000 for one of these trucks, especially because most of them are two-wheel drive, and I wanted a four-wheel drive. I do have rare part tie rods. They're one-piece tie rods that will be going on here. They are made for a 1500 truck. I found them on eBay. They were $310. I'm curious to see how well they work. My purple truck just had sleeves on it, and it did really well. But I figured if I'm going to be, not trying to say I'm going to be making 700 horsepower or anything like that on a stock engine, but if I am anywhere in that area between 600 and 700 horsepower, I want to make sure that my front end's not going to snap on me. So I did get Pitman arm brace and all that stuff as well, so that'll all go on. The only thing I need to get are like ball joints and all that stuff, because I just want to do the whole entire front end, so I don't have any issues with it. Got a steering stabilizer on the way. Other than that, besides the trans, I do need to look into doing the rear, because I am sure that thing has had enough abuse with just me owning it, not to mention the last person that owned it, whatever they did to it. But the 10 bolt has held up. I've done probably 3 dozen burnouts in this truck, 3 of which were damn near 1/8 of a mile burnout. So I mean, it's held up. I've gone through like 3 sets of tires on this truck already. Yeah, it sounds stupid, but this is not my daily driver. It's just my fun truck. So I will be addressing the rear. I'll probably do all the work to it first, make a couple passes down the track, see how it does. If it holds up, I'll just go, and then if it ends up blowing, then it'll be a forced upgrade. So then I'll just buy a Detroit True Track locker and get a new ring and pinion set, and I'll just slap it together. I've done it before on 2 trucks, so it's nothing new to me. As far as gas tank and the fueling goes, it will have dual 450 Warburg pumps in it. I'm still using the factory tank. I'm gonna run a return. I was gonna do a fuel cell, but I like having my bed for, you know, vacation and stuff like that if I do ever, you know, do that. So I'm not going to do a fuel cell. I'm going to keep the factory tank. I'm going to end up upgrading the brakes to drilled and slotted. I know that's not really important, but it's important to me because I like to be able to stop. You know, if I'm doing roll racing or stuff like that with my friends, I want to be able to make sure I have enough clearance. I'm not going to hit anybody. So we already talked about the bumper, the wheels. I already told you I'm doing factory 17s with radials. The engine's going to be the 48. I'm just going to do the, you know, the cam heads. I have 799 cast heads that I'm going to put on it with Brian Tooley Racing's valve train upgrades. And then I have a stage 3 turbo cam that's going in here as well from Brian Tooley. And then we talked about the intake manifold, the transmission Logan's doing. I do have electric fans. Electric fans will be going on when all this stuff happens. And then we talked about the intercooler in the trans-cooler, the hood, bodywork, paint. As far as the interior goes, I mean, it's just bone stock interior. I did put a head unit and a subwoofer in it. Other than that, I'm probably not going to do anything with the interior. Yes, it's tinted. I have 5% on the windows in the back, and then 35 on the windshield. It looks a lot darker than what, I mean, it looks a lot darker on the outside than it is on the inside, but it is what it is. But anyways, that's my new truck. This is my new truck, my new build. Just like, comment, subscribe. I will sure to be doing more uploads. I just got a GoPro, so it'll be a lot easier to do stuff. I can just do whatever. But this is going to be the new build. Stay tuned. I'm hoping it's going to be nasty. I'm shooting for 10, so we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching.